The Brew World Order is an official program of the BrewTubers Online Brewers Club Network, featuring the latest news, updates, and interviews from the BrewTubers community. So sit back, relax, and crack open that freshly made home brew and join us as we get to know the BrewTubers from your favorite online brewers club. And now your host, Leo J. Bailey.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode number 4 of the Brew World Order, an official program of the BrewTubers Online Brewers Club. Welcome. Hey, glad you're here. We have a special guest this evening. We're going to get a little chat in with a little bit later. The treasurer of the BrewTubers Online Club, Mr. Dave Phelps himself, from Big Dawg Brewing. We're going to have a little two-part chat with him here in a little bit to get caught up on a couple minor things, good and maybe a little bad news, I guess. Let's see, what shall we talk about? Latest meeting, everything pretty much on course. We have a ton of new members. We are very grateful. Thank you. It's starting to get to a point where might have to start jotting names down to say hello to everybody. There's been so many. Club's doing fine. The Yeast Experiment is full blown going on right now. The Dropkick Kveik has already been sent out and reviews have begun. I know that I watched Dennis from Woodshed. I watched his reviews, and I watched Matt's from Rec Brewing. God, forgive me, Matt. Damn it, why do I do that every freaking time? Anyway. The boys are starting to knock out a bunch. I'm starting to really dig that. I was not a part of any of those experiments, so I really dig kind of watching what everybody talks about. And Matt did a really cool kind of a control. I guess he had some original Dropkick Nate, so he was comparing it with the Kveik yeast. Things are kicking right along. I do know that the Saison, there's been a bunch of people brewing, and the Belgian Saison and the Belgian Dubel is getting ready to start up, I believe, here soon. So, hey, look, if you follow any of these people, go check us out. Be a part of the Discord discussion because they just keep on going, man. They are trucking with a bunch of knowledge. Lots of talk about the experiment. Yeah, the only real bad news, I guess, is we had one of our club officer stepped down from his role. Mr. John Smogovsky stepped down from club recruiter, and I think we're going to reevaluate either the need for that position or have that relocated for someone else, and we'll get around to that. John is still very much still a part of the club. Yeah, that's about it. Things have been kind of trucking right along. Great videos. Everybody's putting some stuff out. Gary, main brew guy Gary, the president of our little club, just released a video about hop dipping. I'd never heard of such a thing. If you know anything about it or you want to, go over to main brew guy Gary. And if you don't subscribe to his YouTube channel, please do. I found it to be insanely knowledgeable, even though I've never thought about anything like that. But if you want to get some more aroma out of your hop aroma out of your beer, it seems to be a pretty damn viable way of going about it. So, look, we are going to keep this short and simple. Things are trucking right along. And we're going to have a little chat with Mr. Dave Phelps here soon. And a quick little update on all of our sponsors. See you on the other side. Later. The Brew World Order would like to thank the sponsors of the BrewTubers Online Brewers Club, such as Imperial Yeast, 5 Star Chemicals, Beer and Wine Hobby, and Brewing America. Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Brew World Order. As you can tell, with me this evening, the treasurer of the BrewTubers Online Brewers Club, the big dog himself, Mr. Dave Phelps from Big Dawg Brewing. Dave, thank you so much for being here, dude. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Since we are a home brewers club now, the only problem is I'm drinking commercial.
Ah. That's
So
not good.
I will just quickly just kind of show that's a sea quench from Dogfish, but that is commercial. What do you have in your hands this evening, brother?
So I'm drinking my Saison beer from the experiment, which we're going to talk about. I think.
Okay, so you've got the Saison from the. Okay, so were you not in the Dropkick Quebec?
I'm in all three. So I did.
You are in all three. Okay, damn. I thought you were in at least two.
Yep.
Have you started doing your reviews yet?
Yes, I have not posted any yet. I've got them all. I've got. I think I've got 7 of the 8 done. Doesn't matter. This will air after. I've got Nate's left to do, and then I've got Nate sent the original DKN as part of a thank you for doing the experiment. So I've got that to do. I'm saving the best for last for that. I hope the best for last.
That's pretty cool because I was watching. So far I've seen all of Dennis's reviews, and today I watched Matt's. Yeah. And Matt was actually using the Dropkick Nate as a control, which I thought was really, really cool. So yeah, so you're trucking along, man. So how do you feel that your Saison came out?
I've never done a Saison. I've had one Saison at my local homebrew, local bar, local brewery. Okay. And this one is good. Yeah, I'm not going to give too many details out because I think this is going to come out before the reviews are going out. But
oh, sweet!
I think it came out. I think it came out pretty good. It tastes good. It's got a nice aroma to it.
Okay.
Nice flavor to it. I'll send you down some.
No, dude, that'd be absolutely awesome. I did my first one. Well, I wasn't part of the experiment, but I did my first Saison, I guess back in April or whatever it was, and mine was weird. Now I've never done a Saison. And the lesson learned that I maybe should have asked enough people is apparently I did not ferment it at quite a warm enough temp. I had it upstairs and it was probably, to be totally honest, it was spring. I was closer to the 70 to 72 range. And everybody was telling me, man, I should have probably had it up to the 74, 76, somewhere up in that area.
I'd have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure I was around that 70 mark too, because I just recently got a fermentation chamber, and I've been fermenting in my kitchen. My wife loves that. And so the house is, 68, 70 degrees varying. And I just wrapped it in some blankets and she blew away. So
she took off. It was weird, man. I could not get mine. I can't remember what the original gravity was, but I know it was 1050s somewhere. And after 2 weeks, it was only at 1040. And I went, whoa, man, that is really, really odd. So I let it sit on the yeast for a third week and then started getting a little paranoid. When I transferred it, I was still in that 1040 and I let it sit in secondary for 3 weeks. And it took another 3 weeks in secondary to drop out to, I think it was 1020. And then after bottling it and after doing so, I think I shipped a few out to like Gary and Nick and Brandon, Wally, Nate. I sent a cup out to them, and I noticed that in the bottles after it sat in the fridge for a couple of days, there was still yeast in suspension. So yeah, weird little lesson learned for me anyway. But
hobby's all about.
Yeah, man, boy, you ain't kidding. I will admit, I thought it was a little sweet. Obviously, it didn't dry out very much, but man, was I stoked about the flavor and how it came out. So, but with what you guys are doing, everything you're doing is all with Quebec yeast.
For the Drop Quebec Nate, it was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Drop Quebec Nate was the 8 of us, I think.
Okay.
All had a different Quebec strain. Same exact malt bill. Same hop schedule. It's Dropkick Nate.
Right.
And then we just switched out I think he uses USO 5, I think, or USO 4.
Yeah, he does on the Nate.
And then we just switched out the yeast to a different Quebec yeast and fermented that out.
You were basically, were you not doing the same thing with the Saisons? Everybody had the same malt, but a different.
Right. So the whole experiment is 3 different experiments where everybody's got the same malt bill for the 3 different styles of beer, right?
Right.
Dropkick Nate's a pale ale. the Saison, and then a Belgian Dubel. And the only thing that's changing is yeast.
What was the yeast you used?
Now you're gonna make me look it up. Luckily, I got it right here.
I can't remember exactly. Mine was the Y East version of whatever their Belgian strain is, because I can't remember mine off the top of my head either.
I think I did Omega Labs for both of them.
Ooh.
So the Saison was. You're gonna edit this, so that's good.
No.
So the Saison was, my strand was the Omega Labs Belgian Saison 2.
Okay.
For the Saison, and then for my Dubel, which I've got a keg, I've got a cold crashing right now. That one was Omega Belgian Ale A.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah.
Now have you brewed the Dubel yet?
Yes. The Dubel was brewed before Memorial Day, so 4 weeks ago now. And it's been sitting in the fermenter. I put it in cold crash last weekend, and so I've got to keg it now.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Well, damn, man. So you've been staying trucking busy. And before we wrap this segment up real quick, because we ended up doing things really backwards, which is the case with me. What did you said you brewed, 2 weeks ago? What did you get into then?
So I've actually brewed 2 weeks ago, twice that. Twice. I brewed a blonde ale. It's going to be blueberries on it. It actually is Gary's blueberry blonde ale. He was so gracious enough to give that to me.
I've had a can of that. It's exceptional.
Yes. And I brewed it, and my wife loved it. And so I got the request from the wife, and if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So,
boy, ain't that the damn truth, man. Holy crap.
I did that, and then I did a hard seltzer for the first time with Nate, walked me through it. Nate Pico walked me through it.
Okay.
And so that's done, and I got to keg that. That's going to be a mango seltzer.
Oh, that sounds delightful. It is so funny. I have yet to do anything of that nature yet. I know that it's a slightly different process. I think
extremely different process.
Yeah, it's kind of what I understood from my local guy.
It's simple. It's a lot.
Is
simpler.
It really?
You just have to ferment at a high temp. So you don't have to, but we're using a Kvike strain,
right?
So we fermented at 90 degrees. So it was done within a week. So.
Yeah, I don't have the equipment to warm anything up quite to that nature.
I'll take care of you, because my drop Kvike, Nate, I did not have the fermentation chamber, and I fermented at 90 degrees in my kitchen.
Oh,
so I got your back.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'll probably shoot a video here in the next, I think by next weekend, the wife and I are going to do a wine kit, and I'll do what we got from, Beer and Wine Hobby, family owned since 1972. I think we're going to do that, and then I'll update everybody on the disaster that's been happening around here. I will not bore you with that, but yeah, the things are going to take a step backwards, unfortunately. Well, real quick, we're going to wrap this segment up. When we come back, completely do things backwards, and we will talk to Dave about how he got into this silly nonsense. And hey, while we're taking this short little thing, pay attention to the commercial and go buy some merchandise at the BrewTubers online brewer store, people.
Right.
Please. Dave would absolutely love you if you did. All right, brother. We will be back in just a minute.
The BrewTubers online store has everything you need for your brewing apparel and gift idea needs, with a growing selection of colors and sizes for hoodies, t-shirts, and caps. Stickers and magnets? Got 'em. Can holders and coffee mugs? We've got those too. Be the boss of your neighborhood and the envy of brewers everywhere when you flash that beautiful BrewTubers logo at your next local brewing competition. Want everyone to know you're a part of the Brew World Order? Strike a Superman pose with that BWO logo on your chest and make them all take notice. And if you haven't already, get over to our website at www.brewtubers.com and become a member. Then, just mosey yourself over to that BrewTuber store tab, click on it, and open the door to show the world you are a proud BrewTuber. Brew, record, post, repeat.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, we are here with Mr. Dave Phelps, the treasurer of the BrewTubers Online Brewers Club and owner, operator, brewer of Big Dawg Brewing. I guess it's safe to say, I always tease everybody about never asking the silly cliched questions, but I'm going to do it anyway. I've told people, my wife got me into this. My daughter actually got me a couple classes at an online, or not an online, Jesus. Now it's just in my brain always that it's an online brewers club. It was a local club that's now defunct. And I took a couple classes, man, I got hooked. And that's been 5 years or so. What is it that got you into this? For me, my first beer was a complete failure. I don't know about you, but mine was a failure. And I still today don't know why I still do this. But what got you into this and what got you started, man?
Well, my wine got me started. To be truth, to tell the truth, my grandfather used to make wine. He's Italian and was Italian and used to make wine and had all the stuff to make wine, but I never wanted to. I still have it to crush the wine, grapes and everything. And I never wanted to go through that effort of going through that whole process. So I started off with wine kits from my local homebrew shop online, made a couple batches of wine. They turned out good. And then I was like, well, let's try making beer. And so I started with an extract kit, and I think that was 2014, 15. And I did one extract kit. One of my buddy's cousins brewed all grain.
Okay.
And so I went over to his house and, assisted. I watched him brew all grain and never turned back. Been all grain ever since.
I'll be damned.
So 2015, I think it was 2015, because I dated my wine bottles and I still got some from when I started, and there's 2014.
Oh man, no kidding. Damn, that's awesome. I'm hopefully going to be doing our first wine kit next weekend. I said off air that came from beer and wine hobby. So what got you into the beer part of brewing?
Did
it just blend in? You just love beer.
I love beer. I in college, I drank beer and was drinking all the commercial beers and just kind of meshed in. I mean, got into some of the craft beers. There was one craft brewery by my house growing up when I was 21, of course. And got into their beer and just fell in love with good beer. Not to say that every once in a while it's not bad to go back to a commercial beer when you need to have a crushable beer and you're all day drinking or anything like that.
Yes, indeed.
Got into it, found the beers that I liked, but take the experiments for an example. Last year I did the malt experiment with BrewTubers, and that went over great. And then, I've brewed Dropkick Neat before, so that's not a new one to me.
Right.
But the Saison I've never brewed, and I'm liking the Saison right now. I'll probably brew that again. I'm itching to try my Duvel, just because I've never had a Duvel, and I tasted it out of the fermenter, and it tastes really good. It's just, it's the fun part. The seltzer that I brewed, I'm excited to try that, so it's. I talked to, there's so many different guys that when they either start extracts. I've talked to a bunch of guys that just never touched an extract, went straight in all grain,
things of that nature. Did you do extract or did you jump right in?
I did extract one brew.
Really?
My first brew was an extract. I got to think back. It was a Northern Brewer kit, maybe Northern Brewer or Brewer's Best extract kit. And then I did, what's the, it's like a partial all grain. I forget what they call it.
Like
You
a
got to
partial
steep the
mash type
grain.
of thing.
Yeah, you got to like steep some grains, but you're still doing some extract.
Yeah.
I think I did a second batch of that. But interesting fact, I've never bottled beer. Never. Everything's been in a keg. I went right to kegging. I built a kegerator.
Really?
Right off the jump. I just recently bought a canner. I have the SL1 from October. So I've never ever bottled a beer, glass bottle.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, because I had the moment that I think I ever had to bottle anything, I knew that I don't like this, the drops and all that. And I think I did that to my very, very first kit that sucked so bad. And then I invested in a handful of things and started kegging, but I've always bottled. After keg. I'll keg.
Never even done that.
Really?
Never done that. Never.
That's crazy.
Never did it. The canning I just bought the canner, like literally,
right.
I bought it in April, and the drop Kvike Nate was, well, I canned some beers the same time I canned that, but that was the first time I've ever really bottled my beer for
right
a longer period.
Right.
Not bottled, canned
it, so, actually.
Yeah.
Because you and Matt, you got your cannery kind of right near each other.
Matt and I, if I remember right, we bought it on the exact same day, because I think I posted on Discord that I got mine. He the next post was him. I ordered one too, so
that's hysterical.
I think he got his the day before I did. But
a lot of the guys just absolutely love them. I know that Nick and Brandon have one.
Yeah.
You and Matt, obviously.
Dennis has one.
Right.
Gary's got one.
Gary's had one.
I think, again, I was just like, I live 20 minutes from Dennis. So Dennis and I see each other all the time. So, I went over Dennis's house a few times and he canned beer, and I was like, well, and we were talking about shipping beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he goes, this is takes the dummy out of it, right? You can't screw this up. So, when I shipped down my drop Kvike Nate beers, I didn't wrap them in bottle, or I didn't wrap them in bags. I didn't wrap them in bubble wrap. I didn't do anything.
You just boxed them up and sent them?
Boxed them up and sent them. I did the same thing to Nick and Gary. It was in a small alleged posted service box.
Right.
I fit 3. I have 12-ounce cans. I fit 4 cans in. They didn't move. Closed them up and go.
You would be horrified if Wally or Nate or Gary would ever choose to show you how I shipped my 3 bottles. You truly would have thought that they were the most priceless effing thing on the planet.
Oh, you're not alone. You're not alone. I promise you, because from the Kvike beers that I got, and when I've gotten beers in the past for the glass bottles, these guys our guys are wrapping them in like they're babies. And I get it because they are. I would want my beer treated the same exact way.
Oh my God. Yeah. I had bubble wrap on each bottle. Each bottle had its own heavy duty Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
And then everything was wrapped in bubble wrap again and boxed up. So
yeah.
No, it's been the canned stuff that I've gotten from a couple of the guys so far has come always flawless, never been a problem. Gary was the first one to send me stuff early on when I joined the club, and boy, that's an expense though. Woo, baby.
It was not cheap. But
yeah.
I have a very understanding wife.
Yep. Mine, I don't know why she lets me get away with what I do, and I'm getting ready to drop a big dime on some gear
Your
by
claw
the end of the
handler,
year.
right?
Yeah. I was supposed to have ordered that coming back from vacation. But Reagan the Brew Kitty had other plans. So yeah, that's been on delay for a little bit. So yeah, man. Well, dude, good luck on the experiments. I hope everything works out. Obviously, you seem very happy with the Saison. I'm
extremely happy. It's almost gone.
And dude, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you. And you know, obviously at some point coming around, we will do this again. The important question, sir, is who is my next victim? Yes. Next victim.
Well, it's going to be very simple for me. I got to go with my buddy Dennis. My buddy Dennis. Dennis is it was between me and Dennis last episode, so I got to go with Dennis. And
you got it. We will make it happen. Gary won't know the difference, but you know that's okay.
Gary won't know the difference.
My God, have we been between the names, not knowing who is who, and the Saison, which I think will probably live forever.
The Saison.
Cheers, brother.
And I've met Gary. So
you
that's
were just
even worse.
down there.
I was down there.
Oh my God. He's so
I think
funny.
I was down there before he screwed us up.
Oh, that poor man. Well, look, brother, cheers. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I'm sure as it comes around, we will do this again. And I guess I probably should have warned you. I guess we'll have to take a vote on I was hoping to make the interviewee with a larger screen on this, and we'll see if everybody prefers this angle or to go back to the side by side. We'll find out later. I should have probably warned you.
Oh, you changed it? Mine's side by side right now.
Oh, is it side? I think mine's recording with just your big face right there in front of the screen.
Great. I can't wait for the comments from Nick about this.
Oh my God. See, now if I'd have thought about it, I would have had you recorded at the same time, so we had a backup plan. Brother, thank you so much for being here, man.
Cheers, buddy.
Hey, I'll be seeing you on Discord here before long.
Cheers.
Cheers.